Alice on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Vanderbilt Commodores taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Commodores will get us started with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will start this game off. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. And that swagger sets the tone for this offense. And Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Snags it. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sooner! You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
And every coach talks about it all during the week, how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing is another thing. Great start for the offense.
He'll take the return, trying to get better field position. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So Vanderbilt's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And the timing just a hair off.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He'll pull it on the read. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Commodores will call on their punt team. Catches it at the 30. He's got great speed. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on. They're so quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him tonight.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They get to him as he throws. Their pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Commodores send out the punt unit. He might just try to kick it away from the return man because he housed the first one. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Looking to pass. It's Arnold. Throws to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Complete downfield. That defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. The quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a 1st at the 29. The Sooners are on the move. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He's right on target. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. Back to pass, it's Arnold. Throws to the back. Gets it out fast. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And I love the wheel route. I love calling it because most of the time I'm going to get my running back who's a fast athlete in space against a linebacker or somebody who can't catch him. Nice play design. Nice job throwing it out in front of him. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Brian.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Trying play action. Dumps it to the back. Got the quick pass. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
They'll try the run. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Leaves it with the running back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Brown. Offense on the move. A big play there, gets it to the 30. The Commodores headed quickly to the line.
Nice confidence by the QB. Good throw over the middle of the field. Nice little strike down the field for a big play. Listen, you got to throw it where it's open. And he found a slot, found a little hole in the middle of the field. Nice job attacking.
Brings up 2nd down.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. Hauls it in. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A 1st down run on the doorstep. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Quarterback keeper. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Doors!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Sooner offense returns to the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old, great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. A guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, man. I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it, offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Looking for a man, it's Arnold. Coming after him. He's going to take off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you could tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a 1st down in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to throw it again. Fires to the right. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Kansas State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans in the Little Apple. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been those K-State fans who will enjoy this win. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
Got his man quickly. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting a tackle for loss.
Fires to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
On on third down. He'll try to pick it up through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Commodores moving quickly to the line. Grab behind the line. It's Wood. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Offense lining up quickly. Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. The Commodores pick up the first down. The offense in hurry-up mode. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Yeah, it's just the throw the quarterback would love to have back. His guy's wide open, and it looked to me like maybe he was overstriding or straining a little bit too much on the throw. The nose of the ball was diving, and he, of course, threw it into the ground. That's one he'd like to do over.
He's back to throw on second down. Unloads it left. It's caught. Tackle is made after the first down. And the Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Hands it off. Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Commodores. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What is this?
Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown Sooners. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Trying to find his man on first down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Got it behind the line. It's Alexander. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here comes the offense on second down. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Throws for the tight end. He's got it. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for room, it's Alexander. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vandy.
Yeah, and it's a nice toss in the back of the end zone. Give your receiver a chance to make a play. And you could tell he knew exactly where he was. Got those tippy toes right down, inbounds for the touchdown reception.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Now on 2nd down and short. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. He'll throw on 3rd down. He's going to let it go. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And after that last touchdown toss, look out, Baker Mayfield record could be going down for single-game touchdown passes.
Yeah, and you think of all the great quarterbacks and the records that they put up with the Sooners, man. It's impressive. And this guy having himself a day, spread the ball around, touchdowns palooza. What a nice day.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold it, open.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. To the ground with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Back to throw, it's Arnold trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. A 3rd and long coming up here. They go to the ground. How about this confidence in the running game, and he picks up 9, just short of the marker. It'll be 4th and 1. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And they'll push that lead out a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. And with that, let's head back to Oklahoma and Memorial Stadium.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
The third down offense has not been good, and add this one to the tab. Another third down stop. They give up the sack. They're down by 3+ possessions. Nothing going this offense's way.
He gets a block. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Offense set on first down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to them and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Tackled after picking up the first down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback. Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the field.
And the Sooners get enough for the first down.
Just really something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Leaves it with the back. Touchdown Sooners! And the stomping has commenced.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he's meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And credit to the offense, sticking with the run, but, man, it's not working. And this defense is not budging. And we've seen them all season. They've been so dominant. I do think it's going to have to come through the air. And you're going to have to turn your quarterback loose, let him rip the football, because this defense is so stout against the run.
He's going to pass on second down. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Miles. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his position.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Now on second down. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
I'll tell you, if you're going to throw it to the perimeter of the field against zone coverage, you've got to have really good anticipation at quarterback, and you saw it there. He threw that before his guy had even turned around. Accurate throw, they're able to make the play and get the first down.
And the Commodores are rolling down the field. He'll keep it himself. Makes it past the marker. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. On the ground, it's Alexander. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tight.
Stumbled to the ground.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
They're going to ride this running back.
The ball carrier is the running back. He's tackled at the 9-yard line.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Movement here from the tight end. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also,
and the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. It is true as he puts 3 on the board.
Makes the score, Oklahoma 52, Vanderbilt 24.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. The give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on 2nd down.
Let's go!
Trying to impose their will with the run. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
On 3rd down, going up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
And I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where's the matchup that you...
Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. You're interested to see what the offense does on this next one.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden opportunity right now to finally break the season.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. NC State delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Raleigh. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First down here for the offense. He'll set up to throw. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a quarterback, how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's been the case for this guy here today. He's been under pressure. He hasn't been in rhythm. He's thrown an interception. This has just not gone his way.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got his man down the middle. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
4th and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
The Commodores will have it 1st and 10.
691, Gators, cricket.
He's going to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And it's caught inside the 25. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
They're going back to the ground. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And the Commodores trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
42, Spider. Flip, unlock.
They'll go right back to the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Brown. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Yeah, he threw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. It's good, and that was dead solid proof. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They'll run it from the gun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
He's brought down at the 18-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Pulls and fires complete to the right. At the 35, he's got room. He's loose. He's at the 20. Touchdown Sooners! And the route is on. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Finds the tight end. Turns it on in midfield. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Going up top on first down. Fires to the middle. And that one's incomplete.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Commodores look to keep this drive humming. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? And the Commodores getting set on 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Single back formation, and they give it to it. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. Between the uprights, it's good. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with their field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of a way with their finger. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense getting set for 1st down. We'll see if they can dig one up. It goes forward this time on 2nd down from the 18. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has been just boomed in college football. So good. So many